Hello, beautiful manifestors. It is Olivia Grace, and I'm back with another video. And today we're going to be talking about stopping your wavering and manifesting like the God that you are. If you're new here, this is the Master Manifestors channel. Here I talk about law of assumption, manifestation, all of that good stuff. So if you're interested, then you should be a part of the channel, like the video, comment, subscribe, share it with someone that you think it will help. Okay. Hi, Aaliyah. So, we're going to be talking about stopping wavering, and I'm just going to talk about it from a few different aspects, and you guys can ask me some questions if you'd like. Hi, Reality Godifested. Hi, Inez. Hi, the Empress. Um, so, when it comes to wavering, I'm going to talk about the kind of biggest causes of wavering and how to just get out of that state. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Summer. Hi, Ty. Hi, Alice Caroline. So, first of all, I think one of the biggest causes that I see of wavering is that people truly don't have a grasp on the law of assumption itself. And they're not understanding that they are the supreme cause and the supreme creator of their life. So, anytime, like, this is why buying the pearl, in my opinion, is the best thing that you can do, especially if you're a seasoned manifester. Hi, Daisha. Oh my gosh, happy birthday, Alice. I'm intending you have an amazing, incredible day and an amazing, incredible year. Um, but yes, so with wavering, right? Understanding that you are the only cause, buying the pearl, that's what I was saying. So when you don't buy the pearl, you're always going to come across something or someone that you believe may have power over you or may be able to make this decision or somewhere that this could get messed up. And it just leaves a lot of room for doubt because you don't like when you feel like, yeah, it's mostly me, which is what I'll hear from people. Yeah, I believe I'm creating my reality, but this person, I didn't create them to be like that. And, yeah, I'm creating my reality, but this doesn't have anything to do with me. Right. And so when that's the way that you approach law of assumption, you never know, well, what am I affecting and what's being affected by something else? What am I affecting? What's being affected by the planets? Right. So buying the pearl is truly taking responsibility for your entire life and for your reality. When you take responsibility, it allows you to change it. A lot of people say, oh, I don't want to take responsibility because they see it as blame, right? Oh, but it's not my fault. It's not about blame. It's about understanding that you are creating, whether conscious or unconscious. A lot of times, the unlovely things that we create were not created consciously. Nobody's waking up and saying, oh, I hope I get rejected today, like, but you may have an unconscious story that I'm always rejected, and that's what's being manifested. So, once again, like a lot of questions that people ask can be answered in this one thing of understanding that you created it. Well, who has power? Me or this other person? You do, because it's your reality, right? Well, can someone else mess up my manifestation? No, because it's your reality. Okay. Now, this is actually something to really understand is that you're deciding on all levels, okay? You're deciding on all levels. So even your decision of, well, I can't do that, but I could do this, you are manifesting that as well. So your power literally never leaves you, but your power is so powerful that you can use your power to take away your power, okay? So, all right. Okay, here's a troll, but I want to talk about this, okay? I'm going to view it really quick. Thank you for getting him. Okay. By this logic, people are to blame for terrible illnesses, awful events because they weren't positive enough. Disgusting, insulting, and so very stupid. Oh, poor feller. That's literally his name. So, but let's talk about this, right? Because this is the thing that a lot of manifestors feel. Oh, so you're saying that that I created my illness. You're saying that I created this horrible thing and all of these things, right? And just like I said, it's not to say that you create these things on purpose, but let's take illness for an example, right? Um, because it's a really good one. Nobody is really, actually, you know what? I was going to say, nobody actually wakes up and says, "Oh, I'm so ill, I'm so sick," but we actually do, you guys. Like, if you think about how often we're, "Oh, my knee, my head, oh," I remember the first time I heard one of my friends talking about her knees and her back getting bad. We were 25 years old. She was already thinking as an elderly person at 25. Every commercial you turn on is like, "Don't you feel this? Don't you feel that? Aren't you feeling sick here? Aren't you feeling sick there?" Right? So it's not about being positive, right? And that's the misconception of manifesting. Oh, just be positive, and it's not about that. It's what ideas are you accepting on yourself? Okay, what ideas are you accepting on yourself? If you're accepting that, yes, I can get ill, which is a belief that most people have, that I can get ill, whether it's in the air, whether it's from my lineage, whether it's from the food, it's from the chemtrails, whatever, people have all kinds of different ideas about where illness comes from, but they believe that they can be susceptible to it, so they are. And that's that, and you cannot like it, but that's what it is. So, anyhow, back to, like I was saying, about wavering and buying the pearl. So this is actually perfect with with what I was just talking about, because when you buy the pearl, you understand that nothing comes from anywhere but your mind. Okay, nothing comes from anywhere but your mind. So when you're sick and you're looking for a cause in the 3D, right? There's no cause in the 3D. The cause is always mental. So the solution is always mental. But this is the thing, if you believe that the cause is physical, then your solution, you will believe that it's also physical. Even if that's just a sugar pill that doesn't even have any medicine in it, you will believe that that is what healed you. Okay? So giving your mind supremacy. This is something I used to talk about all the time, because it's all over all the techniques, you guys, over everything. It doesn't really matter. Even if it's law of attraction, law of assumption, it doesn't matter. I manifested a lot of things with the law of attraction, because the main thing that I took was, my mind has supremacy. If my mind is creating, then it doesn't really matter what anyone else is telling me. It matters what I decide. Speaking of that, look at my nails, you guys. You can't really see it that good. But anyways. Aw, I'm so glad to hear that, Lisa. But yes, thank you, Numble. Hey, Thorn. Thorn, it's so funny because when I logged on to go live and I saw Thorn's message pop up, she's like, "When are you going live?" Thorn is such a master manifester. Okay. But aw, thanks you guys. So, but yes, giving your mind supremacy, understanding that nothing has supremacy over you, not a circumstance, not a anything else, and anything that seems to have supremacy over you is because that you decided that it has supremacy over you. And that's it. So just the way that you decided that it can't be like this or it has to be like that is the way that you can just decide now that now it's like this now because I'm the one who says so. Okay? So another thing that really keeps people, wavering is being so concerned with the 3D. Okay. Um, and here's the thing, you guys, is understanding this actually proves the first point, which is that a lot of people don't have an understanding of the law of assumption in itself. So they are looking for the 3D or feeling like I have to do something in the 3D to get a reaction. If I'm not seeing it in the 3D, well then that's my chance to go ahead and give up. But it's not about what's happening in the 3D. It's about what's happening within you and what you're in agreement with, what you're still deciding as, what you're still choosing, right? Summer. No, you really are. Not Assassin's Creed. I can't. But but what are you deciding? What are you deciding as? Okay? It's not about the 3D. 3D changes in a moment, you guys. It changes in a moment. And here's the thing about 3D that I say in almost every video is that if you guys continue to wait on the 3D to be able to change your mind, then you will be enslaved to the 3D. You will constantly be deciding who you are based off of what's in front of you. And you can't really choose to be different or better or whatever. And if you're so entranced in what's in front of you, okay, you can't make a different decision. If you want to experience a different reality than the one that's in front of you, but you keep making your decision based off what's in front of you of who you are, you're going to continue to make the decision. You guys are so funny. I'm so sorry for y'all catching the replay. You guys are so hilarious. Not now, Susan. But yes. So anyhow, coming beyond the 3D. This and here's the thing, you guys. I'm not going to pretend that things don't make us emotional, right? That things don't bother so we don't get triggered or whatever, right? It's it's fine. But for me, when I'm manifesting, I'm knowing that what I'm deciding and what I'm continuously telling myself will harden into fact. So even if what I'm seeing is not what I want, or it's I've been affirming or doing whatever I'm doing and I'm not seeing a result, to me, that's not the sign that I need to just give up and run for the hills because number one, I know that my mind has supremacy. So if I know that my mind has supremacy and I know that an assumption, though false, if persisted and will harden into fact, then all the sign is that I need to keep going. I need to keep going. And honestly, you guys, like being very decisive, being very stubborn, like, no, it's like this. Like some of you, some people, not any of you because you're all perfect manifestors, but some people just let the wind blow them wherever, you know? Oh, it's looking good, so everything's good. Oh, it's looking bad, so everything's bad. Like you can't stabilize like that. If your stability comes from what's outside of you, you'll never be stable. You'll never be stable. When your stability comes from inside, knowing that I am the supreme creator, then you'll always be stable. You can just come back. You come back to the knowing that I'm the one deciding. I'm the one that gets to choose. Reality doesn't get to choose. My past doesn't get to choose. My blocks doesn't get to choose. Here's the thing about blocks and everything too, you guys. Blocks are just an idea that you have been accepting up until now. You get to let that go. You get to set that down. Okay? You don't have to continue. Once you recognize a block, you guys, and I made a video about this where I said I was talking about dropping the old story, and for me, it's really about being able to recognize it. For me, that's helpful. When I can recognize an old story that's playing out and say, oh yeah, that's the story I used to be telling. That's the beliefs that I used to subscribe to. And now I'm not anymore. For me, it helps me detach from that. When I'm not aware of my old story and I'm seeing circumstances just pop up that are not what I want and I'm not understanding where they're coming from, that gets to be a little bit more confusing. So just realizing, like, you know what? All moments exist now, and I get to choose what I want to be, who I want to be now. It doesn't really matter who I've been up until now. All versions of me are already existing, and I'm simply selecting out of the infinity. Okay. So that's the thing. Keep yourself focused, keep yourself steady, and just continue to tell the story the way you want it to go, no matter what it looks like, you guys. Okay, what it looks like has no bearings on what can happen because it all already happened. So stop wavering. And the last thing I'll say really is kind of the first point that I said, but accept yourself as God. Accept yourself as God of this reality. And this, I get that for a lot of people, some people are religious, so they have a problem really feeling with that. Some people, even that aren't religious, can't really grasp that. But accepting yourself as God is the best way to have complete control over your reality. There's ways where you accept yourself and then you cut yourself off, right? Where you're like, yeah, I can accept myself as God. I believe that I can create this cup of coffee, or, I can create, I don't know, whatever. But when it comes to these things that I really want, I can't create those things, or it's going to take me longer, or it's going to take me time. And I want you to know that all of those things that you just said is just what you're deciding. Okay. So the last thing I'll say, and then I'll read some of your comments and answer any of your questions, and then I'm going to go. But the last thing that I'll say is that God is the unconditioned energy. So, God, in my opinion, is not a man in the sky with a naughty and nice list. Okay. God is a formless energy that is being and inhabiting and expressing as every single thing and every single one. And but that God that is expressing as every single thing and every single one has no condition. So you can't look here and say, oh, this is God over here and God is not over there. This is why I don't believe in the devil. I don't believe in demons. I don't believe in all of that stuff. Sure, I believe that there are lower vibrational entities that probably don't have your best interest at hand, but I don't give any attention to that, because your attention is what animates things and brings it into your experience. But anyway, God is the unconditioned, right? So you are actually God as a condition. I right now am God as a woman, right? As a woman in her 30s that's living in America in 2025 and whatever. This is the specific, the what, the who, the when, the where, right? God is conditioning as the what, who, when, and where, right? And so then we, as the conditions, aw, thank you, Lisa. I'm going to talk about that, about being worthy and good enough, okay? Because actually, being God really answers that, okay? And this is the thing, like, people are, when you realize that you're God, you realize that you're deserving of everything. But a lot of times we're trying to manifest things or people to make us decide that we're worthy. So we're like, I'm not worthy, but then once I get these things, I'll be worthy, right? And so you stay in that reflection of not worthiness, waiting for something. But you are so worthy right now. Everyone here, you are worthy and deserving of everything better than you could even think about or imagine. And a lot of, like, really experiencing your worthiness is, number one, not hinging it on anything. A lot of us are hinging it on something. Oh, once I'm prettier, once I'm richer, once I'm more successful, once I have more followers, once this boy texts me, I'll be worthy. You're worthy right now. And none of those things that you think will give you worthiness will make you feel worthy. Think about someone like Marilyn Monroe. Marilyn Monroe was like the baddest bitch, one of the baddest bitches of all time. She was rich, she was successful, she was so magnetic. She has to be like one of the most magnetic women of all time. And she still ended her life from feeling not good enough, from feeling unworthy, from feeling like she's not shit. So understand that you can't get it from anywhere, right? You can't get the worthiness from anywhere. There's nowhere to get it outside of you. It really truly is a recognition and a realization that you already are. Okay. There's nothing more that you need to become. Now, what I was saying was, and then I'm going to read these questions that are coming through, was that when we are the condition of God. Okay. God is this formless energy that becomes any and everything. Okay. So this is where people are like, I'm not God, you're not God, oh, we're not God. And they think that in that they're being righteous, right? No, I'm being by the Bible and by the book. But by the Bible and by the book is knowing that God is omnipresent. God is omnipresent. Omnipresent means present in all, in the lamp, in the sticker, in me, in you, in everything. God can't not be. That's the thing that all the people that feel so righteous don't realize. God can't not be. It's not a not, right? To me, I don't see how you can believe in God and believe in the devil. How can you believe that there's one great power, but there's a power that can challenge him? That doesn't make sense to me, but whatever. So, anyways, You as God are conditioned. We are conscious of that. Okay. So we're conscious, right? We can contemplate that. That's the difference between me and the lamp. I can contemplate, wow, I'm a person. I'm moving around. Oh my God, where am I? The lamp is just being. It's just being. Okay. And so as a conscious being, I then add on more concepts to myself. So I, as Olivia, as the being, decide, oh, I'm a teacher. I have a YouTube. I'm a coach, right? I'm smart. I love myself. I'm valuable. Whatever. I'm adding on conditions to myself, okay? But all of this is being done as God. So just the same way that I can add on the conditions, I can change what conditions I add on. I can go from super smart to or I can go from smart to super smart, right? I can go from poor to rich. I can go from broke to having. I can go from unwanted to wanted. You can change from anything. You're not shackled by your identity, right? You actually are not shackled by your identity, but you are because as long as you continue to identify with the old story, you will continue to express it. Okay? All right, so let me get into these questions real quick. How do you beat the how? I don't concern myself with the how. Okay? I don't give a fuck what the how is. I'm not saying that to you, Hazel. Like, but I am saying it to you, but not mean like that. But me personally, when I'm manifesting though, the how doesn't even cross my mind, right? Or you know what? When I'm manifesting something like and I really don't see a how, I might be like, damn, I don't see how that could happen. Well, it doesn't matter because it already did. Okay. So realize that the how, the middle is none of your business. All right. It's none of your business. Stop worrying about it. A good way for me, you guys, I said this in a video before, is to watch success stories. When you see how all these manifestations happen in ways that you just literally could not know, you will see that there are ways you know not of. Okay. There are ways you know not of. But the how, understand that with the law of assumption, you guys, the middle is not even your concern. All you're doing is, oh my God, wow, it happened and I loved it. It's amazing. Okay. Speaking of, you guys, I am having my God State activation. That is going to be happening next Sunday. Today is the last day for early bird pricing, so go ahead and get your tickets. The ultimate VIP, where you get to text with me for 7 days, is almost sold out. And once it's sold out because I can't text a billion people in a week. I can only text a few. So go ahead and sign up, you guys. It is in the description for you all. Also, for those of you who are struggling with wavering, I do have the texting service. So it's $100 a month, and you get a text morning and night that is keeping you in the state of having your desire. So you guys can also sign up for that. That's good for you, those of you who are wavering. Okay. How can I embody being wealthy without putting myself in the poorhouse? What a great question, Shani. So, this is the thing, you guys. Understand that embodying states has nothing to do with what you're doing in 3D. Okay. So you're just feeling how wonderful it is to be wealthy. Wow, it's so amazing. I'm wealthy. Wow, it's so money. It's so amazing. Money keeps coming to me from all directions. Right? It's not about spending like a wealthy person. I'm not going to tell you, hey, go buy a Porsche and sit in it and live in it and eat ramen out of it until you get your mansion. Like, no. You just embody and be. What if it were true? What if I was wealthy? And one of the feelings that you're going to embody when it comes to wealth is ease. It's ease. I would say check out some of my money videos though, because I talk really in detail about that. Okay, I've been sitting in the God state, wanting my dream home. My focus has been God doesn't wait or go through a process. I also have to quiet my mental voice of how. Okay, so don't want it, seize the day, have it, right? Have it. I love your name, seize the day, because realizing that it doesn't have to take time, right? So don't want it, have it. It's yours now. How amazing is it that you have this beautiful, incredible home? How amazing is it that it's exactly what you wanted? Okay. All right. Let me see here. Can you talk more about the failure identity? I believe you have mentioned before, which prevented you from getting what you want, although you did everything. Okay, that's a great question. All right. So Um, the failure identity, failure consciousness is what I call it, is when you accept that you failed before you start. And you can tell this is actually a really good like thing to address for you to shift instantly. Okay? When you want to manifest instantly. All right? Because think about it like this. I'm going to explain it to it in a example. Think about it like this, Rosie. If you were thinking, I'm going to manifest $100 today, and you have a bill that you want to pay, that's $50. And but as the day is like as you set that intention, you're already thinking about, well, who can I call to get this $50 from, and where can I get this $50 from? And I don't really think that this $50 is going to be here, even though you just set the intention to receive $100 in the day. So if you're still looking for where, what, when, how, you haven't really accepted it. You are accepting that, yeah, I said it's going to happen today, but it's probably not. And so this is how it's going to be. This is another thing, you guys, expectation. Okay. This is really what's manifesting, you guys, right? Not, it's your expectation. So even when you think about whatever, you guys, whatever you're manifesting, especially if you've been manifesting it for a while and you're used to another day passing and I didn't receive it. Another day passed, I didn't receive it. Your brain starts to think like, here's another day. I'm going to go through the motions. I'm going to do my affirmations. I'm going to do my meditation, but I'm probably not going to get it today either. It's probably going to be in some years or some weeks. And I don't know if it's ever really going to come. And let me tell Olivia all my circumstances. Like, no, and this goes back to accepting yourself as God, you guys. This is why I'm doing that God state activation, because it's one thing for all your questions. When you realize that you're the chooser, okay? You're the chooser, not the maker, guys. Okay? You are the chooser, not the maker. You're choosing the reality where you have it. You're not making it happen. That's another thing that leads to the wavering is, oh, but did I do enough to make it? Did I do enough to make it happen? I don't know if I'm making it happen. Is this the right affirmation to make it happen? You're not making anything happen. You're being enthralled in the fact that it already happened and it was wonderful and you loved it. Summer, my love, the gratitude challenge is a video. It's like my second or third most up to date video recorded, not one of my lives though. Okay. I'm feeling so discouraged now and demotivated. What do you suggest to affirm for my SP? Is it okay to affirm for emotions, and then step by step later for us together, going step at a time? Okay. So I would suggest for you to affirm for your self concept. You're feeling discouraged and and demotivated because you're probably affirming for this person to do something that is not in line with what you view about yourself. And so this is the problem, you guys, with seeking outward validation. This is why so many people in the SP community are going through it, is because you're seeking this person to validate something that you don't believe about yourself. And when you realize that this world is a mirror, so they're just reflecting the truth about what you feel about yourself, right? And no matter what you're saying, you can be saying, he's obsessed with me, he's obsessed with me, he's obsessed with me. But you're saying that because you feel like he's not obsessed with you, because you feel like you're not, good enough, or why would he be obsessed with me, or I don't know, whatever. And I need this person to validate me. And that's the state that you're living in. And that's the state that's being reflected. And then because you're making your decisions continuously off of 3D, you keep looking at this person to reinforce the old story. So you're looking at them, well, he hasn't texted me. He hasn't showed up the way I want him to. So, see, it's not working. See, I'm still unwanted. See, I'm still not desirable. See, but if you would just focus on yourself and feeling like, no, I'm the best ever. I'm always wanted. I'm always desirable. I'm always loved. I'm in the happiest marriage of my life or relationship or whatever. Then that person or whatever person will come and confirm that story to you. But we keep trying to change 3D without changing ourselves, you guys. And that's just simply not manifesting. So I suggest for you to affirm for yourself. Affirm about yourself, about how amazing and incredible you are. Even affirm for your abilities that no one can resist you. Like, you guys, It feels so much better to do that. It feels so much better. Oh, I'm so glad. Expect the best. I love that name. Expect the best. The problem is when you need something so bad, you feel empty without it. That is the problem because you could never be empty. You can never be empty. You can never really be lacking. This is the thing, you guys. Recognize the lie. Recognize the lie. A lot of you guys take, oh, I'm God of my reality as, well, I'm God of my reality, so I should get this stranger to send me a text and fall in love with me. But you're not really thinking about what it actually means to be the God of your reality. It means that you're actually whole, complete, and perfect. And any part of you that suggests that you're incomplete and lacking and that you're empty and that you even needing something, y'all, you don't need anything. Okay. And I know some of you guys might right now be in the appearance of needing something, but you don't really need it. You have it. You are it. You're everything. And you moving from I need it, because hear me, y'all, tap in, tune in. I need it. Who is saying that? You're saying that. You're conditioning the formless I am, the most powerful being, into need. I need. Just the same way that you say that, you can say, I have, and it will be just as true. Okay. I've really been embodying my God state. So I trust the old stories, who I used to be before, what I used to believe will naturally shut off without me addressing it? Oh, that's such a good question, Aaliyah. Yes. So what I noticed with when it comes to embodying states without addressing the old stories is that they naturally come up. So when you embody and embrace yourself as God, you're going to still come up against things that you want to experience in your life that basically illuminate the part of you that says I am not, right? So maybe I don't know, maybe you decide like I want to, I don't know, make more money. And but what you've decided before was I make this amount of money though. And so when you come up to, you know what, if I'm God though, then I really, let's say you don't want to work. I shouldn't have to work for money if I'm God. But as you come to that truth, the opposite side of that, that the old programming, the old story of what you have to work to earn, right? You have to work, will come up on its own. And then you get to redecide, what is that, the most limitless choice for me? No, then I don't have to continue to subscribe to that. Okay. I set an intention and affirm to see a big dark green rubber duck. That's so funny. I've never seen one. I saw about I saw one about 1.5 weeks later, but it was about 15% peeled and it was yellow underneath. Of course it counts, Thor. Of course it counts. I have never seen a dark green rubber duck. I know manifesting in a time crunch is definitely possible. What are the reasons that it won't manifest in a timely manner? What a great question. The reasons why it won't manifest is that you're waiting for it to manifest to accept it. That's pretty much always the problem. Okay. You're waiting to see it before you believe it, right? And or you're waiting to see it before you claim it. So you're looking at the non-evidence and saying, well, it can't be here. It's not here yet because I don't see it. But we're not understanding. This is why the first thing I said is that people don't have a basic understanding of the law of assumption. Because when you're using the law of assumption, you are assuming something that is true that you don't see. So you not seeing it is not, it's not a hindrance. It's not even a factor. It's almost implied. Of course you're not seeing it. That's why you're manifesting it. So not accepting it before you see it is what one of the reasons why it doesn't, or even just having the belief that this thing takes time, it can't happen today. Being in failure consciousness, even though you're like, I need it today, I want it today, but I'm pretty sure it's not going to happen today. It's always just us at some level deciding that no, it can't, it's not, it didn't happen, it won't happen. Okay. Let me see here. um Summer. I lost custody of my niece to someone I trusted. And now I'm trying to manifest the money to get a lawyer. I have up until Thursday to come up with the money, so I'm trying not to panic. Okay, Shan. So go to your end. Okay, go to your end. You can either go to the end of having your niece. I would say do something like a sat scene of tucking her into bed if she lives with you and feeling so happy that she's home. You can go to the courtroom and see yourself with the lawyer, seeing that they won. But I would suggest that you go to the end of having your niece because you can go and get the lawyer, right? I would say don't worry about the money, Shan Shan. Worry about like just see yourself with the lawyer or see yourself having your niece back. And I would suggest the latter because it encompasses everything. But if you're really concerned about the court date, then just see yourself with the lawyer. But I have had clients that have won cases with no lawyer. Okay. Because we said that they would. We said that the opposition was going to help us with the case. And that's what they did. The opposition's lawyer helped her with her case. Okay. So realize it doesn't matter. Realize when Neville says that if 100 men need to move to bring your desire into fruition, they will move. Okay. Just got off work in new job, not my job, but better than expected and actually kind of fun. I had to pay bills, so I took it. But why did my dream job not come, but another one I didn't want did? Well, it sounds like you just accepted what you didn't want. You accepted what came instead of what you wanted, which is fine. It doesn't matter. Because to me, like I personally, you guys, I don't like manifesting like if it's something like a job and either I, can have the job or I can be unemployed until I get this dream job, like I'd rather have money coming in than get the dream job. But again, it depends on your faith because if you're somebody who's like, shit, I'm great at manifesting money, it doesn't even matter. The money going to come either way, then just wait. But if I was you, Nut, I would revise that you did get your dream job. How can you not worry about the how if you want something specific, like how to manifest, like trying to manifest a lottery win? Isn't that focusing on the how? Well, I mean, if you want to win the lottery because you just want to win the lottery, then no, that's what you want. That's your desire. But if you want money and you feel like the only way for you to get money is to win the lottery, then that is you focusing on the how. But this is the thing, you guys. To me, like saying, how can you not worry about the how? You just don't. Like that, like y'all, you worrying about the how is like making a cake and looking at the cake batter and saying, I'm not going to put it in the oven because I don't understand how this is going to form into a cake. Who cares how it forms into a cake? Just put it in the oven. That's like there, it doesn't matter, you guys. Y'all, if you want a big pile of money, are you going to look at the money that appears and be like, but how did you get here? I don't know how. No, you don't care. Like, you just want what you want. Go to the end of having it. That's it. The how, here's the thing, y'all. The how in the middle has nothing but questions for you. It has nothing but questions. What, when, where, how? Oh, this, that. Oh, but what about that? What about this? What about that? I could answer all your how questions. And by the time I got done, you'd have a whole nother how questions because the middle has nothing but questions for you. Unfulfillment has nothing but questions for you. Desiring and lacking has nothing but questions for you. Fulfillment doesn't have any questions. It's just, oh, wow, it's great. I have it now. Okay. All right. Is it weird to affirm and manifest my boyfriend no longer snores? I can't. That's hilarious. Just revise. He's never snored. He's such a quiet sleeper. You could do that like tonight, Tiff. Bet you. I bet you. Tonight, you're going to go to bed. He's not going to make a noise. He's not going to make a sound. You're going to wake up and put your finger under his nose. Like, is he breathing? Is he okay? Because he's so quiet. Just like that. Just flip the story. What is it? Oh, you don't like it? Okay, then it's not like that no more. How come my family and friends say how beautiful I am when I don't believe it? Because your self esteem is not great. How can they be reflecting me feeling ugly and unworthy of how can they when they're reflecting me feeling ugly and unworthy of love? Because you may have a belief that other people think you're beautiful or other people call you beautiful, but you don't think so. It doesn't really matter why. I would say just work on loving yourself. The example you gave with manifesting $100 is great. Can you continue a bit with this train of thought and say what to do in such a situation? Catch it, stop it, and just affirm a new story. Go back to your end. Go back to your end. Okay. So if you are manifesting something in a day and you're noticing it hasn't happened, or you notice yourself planning beyond the day, continuing without it happening, just be like, oh yeah, but it already happened. Someone even said it happened yesterday. I really like that. It happened yesterday. It did happen. Focus on that it did happen. Hey Raven. Okay. Hmm. Okay, Raven, I'm going to answer your question. In regards to housing and applying for an apartment, I've been going back and forth. I do not feel like I'll be denied. I keep wondering on how to sustain it, which makes me fear applying. Okay. So trust. This is the thing, you guys. Like, this is the thing that is missing from the law of assumption on YouTube. Trust, faith. I remember when I got my first apartment by myself, I was working at Red Lobster. And by the time I got into the apartment, I got hired at another job. Like I wasn't even looking for another job. I was just trusting that it was going to work out for me. I didn't know how, because you can imagine I wasn't making much money at Red Lobster, but I was trusting that everything was going to work out. It had to work out. That was the only choice I had. Either it's working out or I'm homeless, and I ain't going to be homeless. So it's working out. And literally somebody came and hired me from Red Lobster, like came and sat with me. I was in the middle of her lunch rush. I was killing it because I used to be a really great server. And she was like, come work at Papado. That's how I got hired at Papado. And that was more money for me to be able to support myself. So just trust yourself. This is the thing with money, y'all. When I tell y'all, money is it's just not at all what you think. Money will form to whatever you say it is. Like, if you have a lot of money and you're feeling lacking about it, that money will disappear. If you have a little bit of money and you're feeling like, no, I'm abundant, money always shows up, it will show up just like that, y'all. So just be mindful about how you're relating to money. Why is it that when we say I need and we do end up in need, when we say I have, the having part takes so long? Because you really believe the need. You don't believe the how. You're identified with the need. You're not identified with the having, right? That's all it is. Even look at your story, right? You're trained in struggle. So the need feels more real, right? Having feels like, oh, a fantasy. But when you realize that the need and the having are both fantasies, all this shit is a fantasy. It don't really matter. Mm-mm. Thorn, with these gems, we're departing from Tringsville. You're hilarious. Okay. All right. I'm going to answer this last one and then I'm going to get off, you guys. And I'm just loving you all. You're all so amazing. How do you suggest robotic affirmations to manifest a certain amount of money in a certain amount of time? Um, so just focus on already having it, because this is the thing, you guys. There is no time. Okay, there's no time. It appears like there's time because you're subscribing to time, but there's no time. So, and that is the like one of the best things, you guys, to keep in mind when you're manifesting on a time crunch. There is no time. It already happened. It happened now. Okay? That's the thing, Miss Shana or Shayna. It already happened right now. The money is already there right now. But it's just, are you aware of that or not? If you're aware of that, it will make itself plain to you. So you just keep deciding it already happened. Isn't it wonderful that this money manifested? It's so amazing. It already manifested. Wow. It came so fast. Wow. It's right here. Wow. Whatever. Like all your attention on how it already happened. Isn't it amazing? Right? It's incredible. I loved it. It happened so quickly. I also would say to focus on manifesting your abilities, right? I've always manifested my money when I need it. I always manifest money in a time crunch. I always manifest instantly, right? Focus on your abilities, but really understanding the illusion of time, you guys. That's how I really like manifest instantly, because there's no time. So what time is it going to happen in? Is it either now or now? I might as well choose now. Okay. 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 What would you recommend for someone who has been manifesting a home for months? Mm, again, just go back to your end. You already have it. Honestly, you guys, like manifesting, I get that's what we call this, but like I see why there's a problem with that now. Because manifesting, I'm manifesting something gives it room to have not been there, right? Like it's not here and I'm trying to make it be here. That's where you want to move out of. It is here. You did move. You already moved. You love your house. It's amazing. Like in all your ways, contemplate the happy end, the solution, the benediction. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna go, you guys, because this is friggin' oh wait, this is a really good question. And then I'm gonna go for real. Hi, Sierra. What would you tell old Olivia if I would coach her? I would tell her to go to her end and I would tell her to stop identifying with a bullshit ass identity. I would tell her to identifying, like, stop identifying as someone who is unsuccessful. Get out of Tryngsville. Stop continuing to identify with the old story every day and at the same time trying to manifest the new story. That's where I got Tryngsville from, you guys, because I used to live there. I lived there. I had an apartment, investment properties, all kind of stuff in Tryngsville. I had it all set up in Tryngsville. Okay. But you just don't get anywhere but there. Be Delulu and stick to your Delulu. Okay? A lot of people be Delulu for the amount of time that it takes to be on the video. And then they go right back into the old story. Oh well, I guess he hasn't texted me, so I'm still not happening. Oh, I haven't got any news, so I guess it's not happening. Fuck that. Don't let any story ride. That's not your ideal story. That's what I would tell myself. You're everything that you need to be right now. There's nothing else that you need to be. You're everything right now. That's what I would tell her. It all works out for you in the end. That's what I would tell her, right? It all works out for you in the end. Love yourself, value yourself. It all works out. Stop trying to be something else. You're perfect the way that you are. Pretty much all the stuff I be telling y'all all day. You love the victim voice. Y'all are so funny. That's that's what it be. But anyhow, this is super long. I didn't know this was going to be that long. Y'all are so funny. Yes. So I'm intending that this prospers you all immensely. All right. Join the God State activation. It will be on Sunday. Today is the last day for early bird pricing, and the price will double. So go ahead and get your ticket today. If you want to be texting with me for 7 days to keep you in the God State, secure your spot before they're gone because they're running out. Okay. But other than that, I am intending that this prospers you immensely. I'm absolutely sure that it will, that it has. Alice Carline, enjoy your birthday. Go throw some ones somewhere or something. I'm just kidding. Unless you're going to do it. Okay. But I love you guys, and I will see you all in a video soon.